The Game Boy!
I'm stuck in a Game Boy.
One of the first portable handheld consoles you can get, and it has transcended pop culture to become one of the most iconic handhelds of all time. Today we're going to be going over my collection of Game Boys. Alright, so we got this Game Boy case, and inside is my Game Boys. The original Game Boy was quite revolutionary for its time, but whoa, does this screen not hold up. It can't even light up. You can't play this at night or in the dark, but as the hippies online say, blue light is bad for your eyes. So someone like that might enjoy playing on the older Game Boys. Something feels great about relaxing, laying back outside, and playing a little bit of Game Boy, maybe with a cup of coffee. The level of analogness makes it feel almost like you're reading a book or something. It definitely feels alien when you're used to using a phone every day. The original Game Boy, aka the DMG-1 or the dot matrix, whatever, I don't care. The original Game Boy is a weird piece of technology, mainly for the fact that it's just so ancient. It only plays games in green. If you want to play a Game Boy Color game, then you have to get a Game Boy Color. It's basically like a black and white TV, other than the fact that this is green. It's a green screen. Not too much can be said about it, other than the fact that it's pretty big, bulky, and kind of somewhat comfy, honestly. Here's another rechargeable battery pack. This one's for the original Game Boy. Now, if you already thought this original Game Boy was huge, this makes it a way bigger. It does make it kind of comfy though. Now here's something cool about this. Forever ago when I was dating my ex-girlfriend, we went to an estate sale. I happened to find this original Game Boy. Now the screen was half off, it didn't have the battery cover plate, and it came with a bunch of Game Boy Color accessories and no games. The very next day, I went to hang out with my friend Devin, and across the street, there was a garage sale. And what did they sell me for 30 bucks? An in-box Game Boy Color in transparent purple. Oh my gosh! I'm stuck in a Game Boy! The Game Boy Color screen is almost as bad. But at least it has colors, and it'll convert the non-Game Boy Color games into colored game, which still kind of blows my mind today. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. What's this thing? The original Game Boy Color, unmodified, has a screen that doesn't light up. What this does is snap on top, and it magnifies the screen and makes it light up. God, do I love transparent technology. They really need to bring back this stuff, because, man, I just have a soft spot for it. It just looks so cool. You get to see all the ribbon cables and circuit boards and stuff. Not only did I get this in-box, but I also got Jeopardy and some dumb baseball game in-box as well, which is just awesome. For 30 bucks, I'll take both of that. Even using this dumb Game Boy Color light accessory still feels like a unique experience. The Game Boy Color is kind of awesome. One, it definitely has a better screen than the Game Boy, like colors aside. Two, when you do have a non-Game Boy Color game in here, just a normal Game Boy game, it'll convert it into color, and some of them already have like a pre-built like color. For example, like Yoshi's Cookie will automatically go green, Kirby will automatically go pink. It's a smart piece of tech. I love the color font. It's just so 90s and cool. This is a Mad Catz battery pack. I don't know how to charge it, so it probably will never be used ever. This is the Game Boy Advance SP. Oh my gosh, I'm stuck in a Game Boy. European exclusive tribal tattoo edition. There's also something to be said about the front lit screen on the Game Boy Advance SP. Weirdly enough, I prefer this over my DS screen. I'm thinking about upgrading this Game Boy to a backlit screen, but for novelty's sake, I love this thing. Oh man, This was always my favorite scheme for the Game Boy Advance, maybe besides the NES edition or the SpongeBob variant. There's something so cheesy and badass about these tribal tattoo designs. In the 90s and early 2000s, they were everywhere. It was on cars. Shadow the Hedgehog's logo is a tribal tattoo. There's just something kind of sick and like mall ninja about this. Not only does it look cool, but it folds in half, which is sick. I don't have the horizontal Game Boy Advance, so I can't really speak on that, even though people say it's more comfortable. I like this. It doesn't have the backlit screen, but you know, the front lit screen is good enough. It doesn't have a headphone jack, which bothers me, and it doesn't use batteries, which also bother me, because I might have to upgrade it to use USB-C, because I can't deal with having a unique plug for it. This is a charging cable for the Game Boy Advance SP. There's just something so cool about this. Not only does it look cool, but it plays every Game Boy game ever. The only little issue about it is when you have a normal Game Boy game in it, your palms kind of hit it and it might unalign the pins and crash the game or glitch the game, or it'll just freeze entirely. These original Game Boy games themselves, there's something to be said about how cool they are being this size. This is like having a vinyl record compared to a CD. It really just shows off the artwork on the game so well, and you don't really need a case for it as much as you do with a DS game or a Switch game. These don't really need cases. Would I love to have them all in cases? Sure. They're hard to find in cardboard, and the aftermarket plastic ones kind of bother me a little. So I think I'll just live without that for now. Maybe it might be an issue when I move out and buy more Game Boy games. But as it stands, these Game Boy games are kind of awesome. The cartridges are huge and hard to lose. If you dropped a shit ton of Switch games on the ground, I'm sure that you'd lose a few of them. With these, they're very easy to identify. You can see it from a mile away. One thing that you have to be aware of is that AliExpress or Alibaba, I can't remember which one, they sell a lot of fake Game Boy games, so be careful because they sell them for ridiculously cheap prices, like 90 cents. That's like $1 for a fake game, and it works great. But I would say if you do buy a fake game, which I recommend you don't, make sure you write somewhere on it in permanent marker that it is fake, because if you're trying to buy a bunch of fake games and resell them for full price, you're a scammer, and I don't like that. I think scamming is bad. So just something to keep in mind.
I'm stuck in a Game Boy. Oh my gosh! I'm stuck in a Game Boy. Oh my gosh! I'm stuck in a Game Boy.
Ding doink, you're my favorite coin. Want you to dink on my face, take a doink on my chest. Yeah, yeah. Ding doink, you're my favorite coin. Why don't you come on over, take pictures of my feet. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, what's up? It's me, Garrett. Today I'm going to be talking about Legend of Zelda. What is up, YouTube? It's me, Garrett641.
Plug!
Back again. This is going to be like a little redux. I think that's how they spell it, at least. They type in redux, but I think it's just pronounced redo. This is going to be an enhanced version of my Tears of the Kingdom review. Now, I haven't touched the game since I did that review, so these are just points that I didn't really bring up when I did the original review. It's just stuff like story, little gripes, little gripes. I don't hate the game. I want to clarify, I don't hate the game. I just have so many problems with it. Today's video is going to be kind of a rant about Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm also going to be propping up Skyward Sword, which used to be really hated. But after the HD re-release, I think it deserves more merit, especially since I'm starting to get a little bit sick of the open world formula, and I think that Nintendo can learn a lot from its older games while keeping some of the fun exploration of the open world stuff. Okay, so one problem I have is that it's not fresh anymore. The thing that made Breath of the Wild so good is that it was a breath of fresh air. It was the first time Zelda has done something like this, aka freedom, open world, all that good stuff. All of the Zelda games are known for exploring places you've never been before, going through these crazy dungeons, going through these crazy worlds, fighting all these crazy monsters. Legend of Zelda, I feel, is about discovery and finding new ways to challenge yourself, and there's lots of puzzles and obstacles to overcome and lots of battles to fight, and it's always been very based on exploration in a way that is different to now with the open world Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom. The world in Breath of the Wild was amazing. The world in Tears of the Kingdom is the same world as Breath of the Wild. Does it mean it's less amazing? No, it's actually more amazing. There's more to explore in Tears of the Kingdom. The problem is that most of it is the exact same as the stuff from Breath of the Wild. And the new stuff they added wasn't even that cool. The depths, it's cool for like the first few hours of being down there, but then you realize that most of the depths is the same everywhere you go. Sky Islands were also added. Those are cool, but Sky Islands have already been in Zelda games. 1. 2, most of the Sky Islands are kinda the same, and they're just so far away from each other that it just makes it a pain in the butt to traverse that area unless you make a hover bike. And the problem comes when you've spent 200 hours collecting every little thing in Breath of the Wild, and now you have to do it again for Tears of the Kingdom. And also, shrines. I mean, like, the fact that this game did shrines just like the last one, I feel like is just kind of creatively bankrupt. Now, I'm not saying there shouldn't be shrines, but the fact that it's the same way of progressing as the last game makes it a little less enjoyable to do them all, despite the fact that the shrines in Tears of the Kingdom are better than the shrines in Breath of the Wild. Recently, I've been playing Skyward Sword a lot, and that game is known to be the most linear Zelda game ever. It's so linear, in fact, that the overworld is like almost a dungeon itself. But I ended up liking it more than Tears of the Kingdom. Skyward Sword had a kind of formula where every time I would see something, like, let's say, like I see like a lever or something, and I'm like, I can't reach that lever. There must be an item I can get later where I can. You know, so there's a lot of things where it's like you notice little things and you're like, I have to come back later and get that and do that. Skyward Sword had a really great gameplay loop where, yes, there was only 3 little areas you can visit, but it made it to where every time you went back to an area that you've already been, there was something new to do because you unlocked a new item. Unlike in Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, where items are abundant and everywhere, in older Zelda games, if you got one item, that item unlocked millions of new possibilities for you. So don't even get me started on the side quests. Every little side quest in Tears of the Kingdom is just like, go over here, do this, talk to this guy, go find this, go collect this, give me this many items. Another problem I have with it is that the story makes no sense. The story is bad writing, in my opinion. Now, I can't stress this enough, Zelda stories, they never really made sense to begin with. The plots were kind of like mixed here and there. You had to really stretch to put all the pieces together to make the timeline make sense. This game either A, ruins the timeline, or B, you have to make a new timeline line split to make it make sense, because Ganon's back, but it's a different Ganon than the one in Ocarina of Time. It's a completely different Ganon. The origins of Hyrule are different. We don't even know if, like, Hylia is real anymore. Like, I don't know, like, it just doesn't make sense for Hylia to exist without the Hylians before. I think Zelda becoming a dragon is cool, though, so I'll give them points for that. But it also makes less sense because there's so many characters you met in Breath of the Wild that you helped out, and then they just don't recognize you in Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom story, just like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom story can be found around the map in these little, like, puddles, like, kind of like memories type deal. The problem is that you can find the story out of order and get spoiled on the big surprise of the story before you even...
Huh?
You can get spoiled on the story before you even start the story, because they're all out of order. You know, you have to either A, get all the stories in order, or B, collect the dragon tears and just not watch them, which is just weird. And the fact that this story doesn't really line up with any other Zelda game kind of, like, ruins a little bit of it for me. Now, it's not a big deal if the gameplay was super fresh, and luckily, you know, the Zonai mechanics of, like, building things is fun, but it isn't the entire game. You can beat the entire game without putting anything together except for a few puzzles. What irritates me even more is that Skyward Sword was literally made so that the timeline had a start. Skyward Sword was literally made for the story. Tears of the Kingdom has a story, but it doesn't line up with any of the other Zelda games. It only makes things more complicated. What would make more sense in the timeline is that right after Skyward Sword, a new branch comes out where it's just Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, because no way does Ocarina of Time come before this. It would make no sense, because if there was a Ganon back in the day where Hyrule was, like, forming, you know, like during the forming of Hyrule, wouldn't you think they would be prepared for Ganon's return if there was, like, the corpse of another Ganon underneath the castle? It would make no sense for Tears of the Kingdom to be after Ocarina of Time. Did you like that video? Do you like Zelda? Well, good for you, because I stream Legend of Zelda here on YouTube. So I just beat Wind Waker, I just started Twilight Princess, so if you like me, if you like my videos, if you want to support a small streamer, go check out my Zelda streams. It's awesome, it's a fun time, and if you liked this video, please give it a like, please subscribe, bell notification, give me a high five if you see me next time you see me. And if you've made it this far into the video, comment something about baloney, or I don't know.
Ding doink, you're my favorite coin. Want you to dink on my face, take a doink on my chest. Yeah, yeah. Ding doink, you're my favorite coin. Why don't you come on over, take pictures of my feet. Yeah, yeah.
I don't have a red tie, so this we'll do with this. What's up, YouTube? A long time ago, I came across this VHS tape at a flea market. On the front is Donkey Kong hugging the Nintendo logo, and it says, "Enter the jungle, November 21st. Now, obviously, I think we could all know that this is a Nintendo promotional tape. However, I have no clue what's on it. I haven't actually officially watched it. A year later, I got this brand spanking old CRT TV that plays VHS tapes. And if you were wondering what was on in the background during my AVGN video, I was actually playing this tape. Now, I didn't really have time to watch it until now, but I was like, hey, I have a Nintendo tape. I'm gonna throw it on in the background. So, let's pop it in and see what's up. Oh, whoa, hold on a second. What's this? Don't slip up, subscribe to Nintendo Power today, and receive Donkey Kong Country's Player's Guide free. Whoa, what the hell? I didn't know this was in here. Dude, look at that. That's like not filled out or anything. Yeah, that's awesome. And then there's this too. Reserve your copy of Enter the Jungle November 21st. Exposed. Whoa. Congratulations, you were chosen for the select list of Super NES owners to receive the making of Donkey Kong Country. Not everyone can be so lucky. Pop it in to your VCR, hang on and enjoy the ride. What the hell, man? Dude, this is, look at how 90s this is. Oh, this is awesome. Let's pop this bad boy in. Warning, the video you are... Wait, let me put on my reading voice.
Warning, the following program contains scenes of graphic stupidity among four lifelong friends who compete to embarrass each other.
It's like, whoa, and it blows your mind.
It's all the shading and stuff. It's really well shaded. Everything looks so rounded.
Strange for a Nintendo tape to have a warning. Anyway, this tape starts off with a small table of dudes talking about Donkey Kong for like 5 seconds, and then goes straight into a sick thrash riff. Donkey Kong exposed? Why are they exposing him?
Guys, we finally made it. Nintendo of America, the fortress. Let's find out what Donkey Kong Country's all about. Let's go inside. Let's do it. Hey, it's Ken Lobb, development manager.
Hey man, how's it going?
Donkey Kong Country, how you doing? Ken, I want in on this Donkey Kong Country thing. I want on the inside.
I don't know.
Here it is.
What's the password?
Diddy. Password? Diddy? Yeah!
Oh, that makes sense.
Product development manager here at Nintendo. Tony, how you doing?
Pretty good. Welcome to the treehouse.
Thank you very much. And I want to know the story behind the game.
What's up with these filters and all this frame rate stuff? Is it to be cool in 90s?
Here to talk about the story. I'm the wrong guy. We need to get Dan here. This is Dan Ost.
Oh, Dan!
Holy shit! Is that Ted Nevison?
Basically, we had a chance to kind of create a new story for Donkey Kong. We gave him a world to live in, some supporting characters, foremost among those Diddy Kong, the little Kong wannabe monkey guy.
This tape is a weird pseudo-vlog in a way. I think it's trying to be like a hip 90s journalism vibe. Obviously I wasn't alive in the 90s, so I don't really know what this is trying to be or if it's its own thing. Obviously the main actor dude, which I can't be bothered to remember his name, I'm just gonna call him Dude. Clearly the dude is the only one in the tape who actually is used to being on camera. Seems that every time he's interviewing one of these game developers and game programmers, they're clearly uncomfortable and don't know how to act on camera. They usually have no charisma or screen presence, you know. Usually, I'm assuming they probably haven't been on camera much in their life at this point. You know, back then, less people had cameras. You know, cell phones weren't around.
So we got the Gremlins, we got Diddy, and we got the big fella. Tony, did you have a favorite character?
Funky Kong. Funky's kind of the California circuit kind of.
Funky Kong.
Yeah, he
That's
runs.
nice.
Yo, what is up, everybody? It is me, Garrett 641, here to show you the new epic stuff that Divisionaries have been working up. Let's go check it out. So tell me about the new stuff you've been working up.
It involves guitar.
Yeah, but like, what are you doing? What?
I'm playing guitar.
Whoa, that's crazy. So like, what is playing guitar like?
It's when you pick up a guitar and you play it.
What is up, everybody? I'm here with the epic guitarist of Divisionaries, Ian. Tell me all about the new stuff we've been working on, Ian.
So there's riffs,
riffs.
There's guitars on it. You know,
That sounds fucking epic. All right, everybody. Thank you for shopping with us.
Ding doink, you're my favorite coin. Want you to dink on my face, take a doink on my chest. Yeah, yeah. Ding doink, you're my favorite coin. Why don't you come on over, take pictures of my feet. Yeah, yeah.
Hey y'all, Garrett here. Yeah, I just did that intro.
Spaghetti!
Today's video is going to be about video game controllers because I've been streaming Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and this controller just isn't cutting it anymore. I got this controller for around 35 bucks off Amazon. It's a no-name brand kind of Switch controller. It does the job well for playing Switch games, but there's so many problems I have with it. When I'm playing games on PC, I have to constantly have it plugged into a USB-C cable, and it just happens that the USB-C cable always unplugs. It'll jiggle here, or it'll jiggle in my computer, and it'll disconnect. One last thing I forgot to mention, I love the rubberized grips on these. I think that's awesome. I think every video game controller should have that. It's not that like it's falling out of my hand all the time, but it just feels nice to hold. Aside from the fact that this controller is always unplugging and it'll like have trouble connecting, it's really hard to play Nintendo 64 games on a controller like this. I love how it looks, I love the kind of teal color it is, I love the orange joysticks, but it's not cutting it when it comes to playing a Nintendo 64 game, because the Nintendo 64 controller looks like this. There's lots of problems here. So not only does this have only one joystick, but it only has two face buttons and kind of a D-pad button kind of thing that the Switch controller emulated. It also has a D-pad, two bumpers, and one trigger. Where because an issue is mapping out the buttons. You can play every Nintendo 64 game on a controller like this. However, mapping them out is hard. Some games will require you using two of the yellow buttons and these B and A buttons. Whereas this kind of really just has four buttons. There's no universal control scheme from Nintendo 64 to normal controller. So it's always a big pain in the butt figuring out how to configure it. Now there is Nintendo 64 controllers for PC, but I feel like I would need a controller that can play everything. Just so happens that this almost has like a 6-button scheme, similar to a Sega Genesis controller. Is there anything that has 6 buttons? Maybe, you know, there can be a controller that's just like this, but it has 6 buttons additionally. I don't know how I can really work around that. Now, another big point of debate when it comes to controllers is the joystick placement. A lot of people have grown up with a PlayStation controller, and for most games, this works fine. However, where the issue comes is comfortability for me. Playing games like Katamari Damacy or racing games or, you know, games with tank controls, this is the perfect controller. Especially for Katamari Damacy. That game was made for a PlayStation controller, no doubt about it. However, ergonomically speaking, you want both your thumbs to be here, and typically you use this stick more than you use the D-pad. That's why the Xbox 360 controller just happens to be my favorite controller ever. I think it's the most comfortable, ergonomic controller in my opinion. I think it fits the hand like a glove. The D-pad sucks, but I really have no problems with it. It has analog triggers, which this controller doesn't have, so this controller also sucks for playing racing games. The buttons are bright and colorful. It's just a very iconic look. When I think video games, I think this controller. To take it back a bit, this is what the Xbox controller used to be. This thing is massive. Look at that size difference. Not only is this thing huge, it has no bumpers, it's just triggers. The buttons aren't circular, which I don't have an issue with really. It does have the 6-button scheme, which I actually think is really good. I think that's the way future for a controller that would fit my needs. I think I would need 6 face buttons right here. Also, this D-pad is the worst D-pad I've ever seen. It's worse than the 360's D-pad. But, you know, I love the look of the Duke. I think it's just a beautiful controller. It's ugly, but you feel strong holding this thing. This is just a beefcake of a controller. I think the Nintendo Switch C buttons are smarter for me than a regular D-pad. I know a lot of people hate the C buttons compared to a D-pad. However, I think that there's less of a chance of a misinput on my end. And it just makes the Nintendo Switch look so uniform and pretty, in my opinion. Another controller that is considered the magnum opus of video game controllers is the GameCube controller. I think this thing is just as comfy, if not comfier, than the Xbox 360 controller. I think it needs a little bit more meat on the handles. However, I think it looks great, feels great. There's a bunch of problems I have with it though. And it all comes down to these bad boys. You see here, that is not anything like every other controller we've shown off. This is just so unconventional, and somehow it works really well for playing GameCube games, but when you play other kinds of games with a GameCube controller like I have on the Wii, Wii U, Nintendo Switch, it just becomes a big pain in the butt. I figured that this might be the perfect base to go off of. I love everything about this except for the face buttons. Also, another problem is there's only one bumper. This side's completely smooth. It has amazing triggers, best triggers on any controller I've ever used. Also, if you're wondering why is my stick here white, it's because I replaced it with a Wii nunchuck stick because it got gross, because it was made of rubber and rubber rots, and it got gross, so I replaced it. Anyway, everything about this controller I pretty much like. There's a few things I would like to fix about it. I think this will be the base I go off of when I create my custom controller idea. You know, if I can get someone to make me a controller that looks and feels the way I need, I think I will be set for life. Alright, here we are in our photo editor. Let's start cracking. Alright, so I think that would be my dream controller. I widened the little handles, I changed the D-pad to C buttons, I kept the C stick the same. I have no problems with it. I added an extra bumper, I made the buttons more Xbox-like, and I even added 2 additional buttons so I can play Nintendo 64 games, Sega Genesis, you name it. And I of course added more buttons around here. Obviously it's still a work in progress, but what do you guys think? Leave your controversial controller opinions in the comment section down below. Now if you're curious on why I didn't color the buttons, it's because every controller has a different color scheme. See, A is blue on here, but A is green on here. These are made by the same company, but B is green and A is green. So, as you can see, it doesn't really matter. But I just wanted to, you know, experiment a little, make a dream controller. I'm going to save this and post it on Reddit, see if anyone could make me one. But yeah, that is it. Tell me what you guys' thoughts are in the comments below. Wow, wow.
Ding doink, you're my favorite coin. Want you to dink on my face, take a doink on my chest. Yeah, yeah. Ding doink, you're my favorite coin. Why don't you come on over, take pictures of my feet. Yeah, yeah.
Here come to town, come to save the Princess Zelda.
Nah. Still too big. There we go. Hey y'all, Garrett641 here. I am sick, so sorry if my voice sounds a little odd. Today's video will be a review of the 8BitDo 2C wired controller. Now, I chose a wired controller instead of a wireless controller because my computer has no Bluetooth, and even if I had the dongle, I just find it such a pain in the butt to charge things. Now, I think the next controller I get might be a Bluetooth controller because I am working on a emulation console that I'm going to have plugged into my CRT. I'm going to be making a video of me building that. That'll come out in like a few months from now when my bank account is recovered from my Vegas trip a little more. We are going to be showing off this little beauty right here. Now, this controller was kind of a pain in the butt to set up. A lot of the instructions said to just hold the X button and plug it in, and it didn't connect when I did that. So I went to the website and I installed the drivers to get it to set up, and I was still having problems. It turns out that it just doesn't work with the Dolphin emulator, which is really weird. I don't know why it won't connect with the Dolphin emulator. However, it did connect perfectly with Steam. I didn't have to do any setup past that, and it worked okay with Project 64, which is what I use to stream Ocarina of Time. So now that I have it set up, I'll be getting back to streaming very shortly. This controller feels great. I have no really problems with how it feels or anything like that. It just is your standard controller. It does have an extra bumper. Now, that's a macro button or kind of whatever you want to use it for. However, in the setup program, it had no option to customize it to what you need that to be, and in my trial with figuring out how to set it up with my Project 64 emulator, these buttons just did not work, and really there would be no use for me to have them anyway. If I had buttons here, it'd probably be more useful, but again, I would always prefer to have 6 space buttons. I think that would just suit my needs way better. And so far, this thing has been proven to be quite a bit better than this controller, despite this working with Dolphin emulator. I saw a lot of people online saying just put Dolphin emulator into your Steam account and then every controller should work, so I will try that soon. The controller looks good, it feels good. The only kind of gripes I have with the feel is that there's a texture here and it kind of tickles me a little bit, tickles me the wrong way. But it's not a big deal at all. I should be able to play games fine without being tickled. The packaging was great. It arrived safe. It actually arrived like the day after I ordered it. I wish there was more color options, and again, I wish it connected to the computer better. I don't know what about this $20 controller works when it comes to connectivity. If this thing still worked, I'd be still playing on it. I wouldn't even be reviewing this controller in the first place. So definitely something to think about. If you want to play on Dolphin, you're going to have a lot of issues with that, because this only seems to work on Steam and in Project 64. Some videos say that it connects to Xbox and Switch as well. I am not really going to test if that works. I just don't really play my Switch as much as I used to. I will start playing it again when the new Zelda game comes out in September. But anyway, this is a little message to 8-Bit Do. Try to fix it to where it works on Dolphin. I checked Reddit, I checked all different types of forums, and it seems that a lot of people have this issue with other 8-Bit Do controllers. So it is something to think about if you primarily just like playing GameCube or Wii games using the Dolphin emulator. You are guaranteed to struggle to use this controller. Also, another gripe that I have with it that isn't really that big a deal, because again, I emulate, it doesn't matter what my buttons are, but this uses the Nintendo button scheme where B is at the bottom. This uses the Xbox scheme where A is at the bottom. So if that's something that really bugs you, then you know, maybe look into some of the other controllers that they have on their website, because I know that some are designed for Switch and some are designed for Nintendo. However, this works great for what I need it to do. Hopefully I'll get Dolphin figured out, because that'd be a really big bummer if I can't play my GameCube games. It also works with the DuckStation emulator, so if you like to play PlayStation 1 games, which the DuckStation is the best emulator for PS1 games. If you want to play PS1 games, it'll work fine. Again, it's just something to get used to. If you're playing Parappa the Rapper, clearly this is not, you know, square, triangle, circle, you know, the PlayStation thing. So, I mean, it's just something to get used to. The D-pad is great. This is a perfect D-pad. This is how every D-pad should be, even though I do prefer the C buttons that the Nintendo Switch has. This is a perfect D-pad. It's literally the same D-pad on the NES controller with the little arrows on it and everything. Overall, I'd give this controller a 7 out of 10, because it is missing a lot of features that I would prefer, but again, I'm like some guy on the internet, so what do you know? Hope to see you guys in the next one. Also, check out my most recent video where I complain about controllers. It's not getting as many views as I thought, and I think it's a pretty good video, so go check that out. There's a little card up here somewhere. Hopefully I'll see you guys again when I'm not sick. Have a good one.
You're my favorite coin. Want you to dink on my face, take a doink on my chest. Yeah, yeah. Ding doink, you're my favorite coin. Why don't you come on over? Take pictures of my feet. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What's up, y'all? It's Garrett 641 here. I'm in Barstow, California, or is it Nevada?
California.
Okay, I'm in Barstow, California with the boy, and I'm with my other boy. I'm also here with huge Jackman. We're in Barstow. It's so hot. On our way to Vegas. We're coming up on the sign, right?
Yeah, it'll be right here.
Sam, grab the camera and then the sign comes. Pointed at cool shit. Yeah.
Maverick. That's not cool.
So, okay, then focus on the Vegas sign that we're pulling up on.
There it is.
Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas.
God damn. Holy, but this is how fine to get it. God, dude. That's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
pyramid doesn't look that big. Turn left? Yeah, it's gonna take you. Do you want to keep going down the strip? Sure, fuck it. God damn, it's huge. It honestly doesn't fucking look that big, honestly.
On a roughness scale,
there's M&M and Coke. Dude, just like your Robin Time videos,
yes,
roller coaster.
Exactly. Roller coaster time with Sammy. What's up, MTV? Welcome to my crib. Over here we got the juice station. This is where I make my juice. Here we got this is the living room. We got the fireplace going. We got the big window showing the Las Vegas Stripper. This is the master bedroom. This is the master bathroom. Over here we got the bed. We got the bedroom. All right. Yeah, and then there's the bathroom. But Sam decided to be a little princess and take a shower. I thought we had a rule: no showers in the band. God. What up, y'all? We hitting the strip. What's your thoughts, Ryan?
Just kind of lame.
That's the ball. That's on the ball.
Don't tell me while I'm eating ice cream.
Dude. Okay, so we're gonna go on the wheel. It's called the high roller.
I'm nervous.
What's your thoughts, Ryan?
Don't tell me while I eat ice cream.
I'm not even. You're not even eating ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
What's your thoughts? You scared?
Pretty big, dude.
His thoughts are that it's pretty big. Okay. What's up, y'all?
I need to meditate or something, bro.
Just breathe, man.
I'd suggest though, I really suggest more at the top, like taking a look around.
Sam, what's your okay? I didn't even get your reaction after the high roller. So what was your thoughts on that?
I was fucking terrified. It wasn't until like after the halfway point where I actually started to calm down and realize that we're safe and it's just an irrational fear. But I got over it somewhat and I feel better now.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how worth it was it?
It was worth every penny.
Hell yeah. Super Mario 3 pinball. That did not sound like Mario. Take the picture yet?
It's filming.
Oh, okay. Big Lion. Sam's about to ride the Big Apple roller coaster. What do you think about that?
I didn't decide on anything, but okay.
Yeah, he said, I'm gonna do it no matter what.
Loop.
Look at it. That's the Big Apple coaster.
Bro. You're gonna be on that.
That's gonna go crazy. That's a squeaky escalator.
Are you seriously thinking about not going? Contemplating. Dude,
you got it, bro.
You love roller coasters.
You know what, man? When in Rome, you know, you're gonna regret it later if you don't.
Yeah, if you don't ride this right now, you are going to regret it later. Look how much you love it. from.
There it is, New York, New York. That's the actual Statue of Liberty right there. There's the actual Empire State Building. There's the actual Chrysler Building. There's the actual Times Square station. New York, the Big Apple's a little smaller than I thought. But you know what they say. Can't believe Steve Jobs built this city.
Alright, so starting off, since it's been a while since I've written anything intense, my perception's a little weird. But I'm gonna give it overall like a 6.5 out of 10. It's not as bad as what people have been saying about it, because I was scared I was gonna get like a jarring headache after I got off of it, but it's really not that bad. It is janky though, and it is actually kind of fast, but it's one of those roller coasters that's kind of just there, but it's still a kind of a cool credit though, because that dive loop, it was the first of its kind built, so yeah.
Look at that building over there, it's broken. What's up? We are in the Bellagio. Look at that cool ceiling. That's pretty cool. What? There's a grand piano?
Yes, sir.
That's grand. Shit's grand. I'm gonna make a wish. Yo, okay, we're actually here in Fremont Street, aka Freeside, in Fallout New Vegas. Take a look at that. Oh my god. It's the Golden Nugget. Can't remember if, you know, it's the Ultralux or something.
Cause I got spurs that...
Oh shit. You want to do that?
I'm thinking about it.
You could even, oh man, dude. He was queasy every time we got a little bit high. It's Victor, the robot from Fallout New Vegas. Taco Bell. There's the Atomic Wrangler. That's the laser gun store in Fallout New Vegas.
Yippee-yay, there'll be no wedding bells for today. 'Cause I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle, 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 as I go riding merrily along. Jingle, jangle, and they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single? Jingle, jangle, and that song ain't so very far from wrong.
He needs some milk.
Oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell, though I may have done some fooling, this is why I never fell. 'Cause I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle.
Spaghetti.
Ding doink, you're my favorite coin. Want you to dink on my face, take a doink on my chest. Yeah, yeah. Ding doink, you're my favorite coin. Why don't you come on over, take pictures of my feet. Yeah, yeah.
name's Garrett, and this is my 2007 Subaru Impreza.
All right.
What is up? It's me, Garrett641. I'm showing off my 2007 Subaru Impreza. Now, if you look at the front, this is like supposed to look like an airplane. Like this is like the nose of the airplane, and then these are like the wings. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So this is the TR trim, so it has the Subaru WRX hood scoop and the spoiler. Over here we have some cheapo wheels I'm gonna replace sometime soon. We got 4 doors. Good for carrying your kids or putting 3 hose in the car. Here we got the WRX spoiler. Makes people think I have a better car than I actually do. We have these beautiful taillights. Now I'm gonna get these switched out for the 2002 taillights eventually. But as you can see, it's a very nice shape. It's like a girl wearing winged eyeliner. Very hot. Now if you look over here, we just have a regular Impreza badge, no WRX, no STI, because it's just an Impreza, and I'm embarrassed that I cannot afford a STI. Oh yeah, show the license plate. Yeah, I got this cool license plate cover.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is that from somewhere or just?
My friend Sebastian gave it to me. Shout out, Sebastian. I know you're watching this. Over here we got a Wanking of the Ancients sticker. I'm gonna put a Divisionary sticker on eventually.
My favorite bands.
I love you.
At this point, we're kind of just handing these out. We're not really like trying to sell them.
Yeah. All right, you want to get a video of me putting this on my car? Should I do here or here?
I would look cool here, honestly.
All right. Oh, there's a hair on it. Oh God. Oh God. There we go.
Woda approved.
He's winking at the ancients.
I'm winking off the ancients.
I'm the ancients.
I'm not Asian. So under the hood of this bad boy, we have a non-turbocharged, naturally aspirated, flat 4 boxer engine. Nothing fancy about it, no turbo, nothing interesting about it. But Porsches have these, so I'm driving a fancy Porsche. No, just kidding. Here's the inside of the car. So I put a yellow racing stripe on the wheel because I like to pretend that I have a racing wheel. And when I'm parked, I put my hat on the gear selector because I'm embarrassed that it's not a manual. I like to pretend that this is a WRX because I can't afford a WRX. This is an aftermarket Pioneer radio. I'm gonna have the exact model on the screen right now. Look, it's on the screen. All right, cool thing about this radio is that it plays DVDs. Here we have Initial D. Oh, dude, that's sick. Yeah, of course it's a car anime, because you gotta. These are crappy and cheap. Like the foam inside is dead. It feels like floral foam. Like if you squeeze it, it will not come back up. So I'm gonna get new, what are these called? Blinders? New, what are they called?
They should have a name.
They have a name, I know they do.
How do we not know the name? Just like shade or
sunshade.
Sunshade.
Sunshade. I think this is called a sunshade. Sunshade flap.
Wow, that kind of just like
I feel really stupid now.
That just ruins your credibility for the whole video.
It's funny though. So yeah, I'm gonna buy new sunshade covers because these are cheap and they feel like flimsy and crappy. So I want to get new those. What else? Eventually, I'd like to get this changed out for a manual transmission, but that's like maybe if I'm like rich. Oh yeah, this car also has backseat.
Hi. You got anything in my teeth?
and they're comfy and nice, and I mean they feel just as good as the ones in the front. That's my car.
Oh. What the hell was the point of that?
I guess it's funny. I'm gonna buy a new mirror as well because this is like cracking, as you can see around the edge there. So.
Yep.
All right, welcome to my car. We are inside the car, solo. We're just gonna drive around. I'm gonna just talk about it. This is a 2007 Subaru Impreza, non-turbo, non-manual. It's an automatic, unfortunately. Even though this thing is not turbocharged, it still feels really quick. It feels like I'm driving a go-kart. I mean, this suspension on this thing is tight. Even though it's unmodified, it's unlowered. Fucking A. So my package from Dubby just arrived. Let's go check it out. Whoa! We got a Dubby cup, and we got a Dubby. We got the Dub sludge flavor, dude. I'm gonna get a field day out of trying that out. And then we got, dude, we got the Dragonade, and then we got the Beach and Peach flavor. We got some instructions as well. There's a free shaker. Oh shit, there's a code on there.
I'll take it.
What's up, gamers? Trying to catch that dub in your favorite video game, but you're lacking the energy? That's why you need to try Dubby. Dubby is a energy drink brand. We're gonna be trying the Peach and Beach flavor. Oh, that's actually really delicious. And that's my first time trying it. So if you want to try some, if you want to support me, go to dubby.gg and use code Garrett641, all caps, 2 R's, 2 T's. Yeah! Alright, let's go. Alright.
Oh, well, that was anticlimactic.
That was pretty anticlimactic. But...
You can upload this shit.
Alright.
I think it's still recording.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Ding doink, you're my favorite coin. Want you to dink on my face, take a doink on my chest. Yeah, yeah. Ding doink, you're my favorite coin. Why don't you come on over, take pictures of my feet. Yeah, yeah.
Did I ruin the look of my car? What is up? It's me, Garrett641. I'm showing off my 2007 Subaru Impreza. We have these beautiful taillights. Now I'm gonna get these switched out for the 2002 taillights eventually. But as you can see, it's a very nice shape. It's like a girl wearing winged eyeliner. Very hot. Personally, I don't like the rear taillights of this car, so I went to the scrapyard with my buddy Jim to go see if I could find some new taillights. I personally don't like the look of the 07 taillights, so I decided that I'd try my luck at a scrapyard to see if I can find 2004 taillights, which are my favorite, the blob eye taillights. Unfortunately, the only car that was at the scrapyard that had taillights that was an Impreza was a bug eye. I still prefer the bug eye taillight look over the Hawkeye taillight. Not only did I find taillights to replace mine, but I also found a new rear view mirror. My old rear view mirror was broken. Alright, so here's the look of the 2002 taillights compared to my 2007 taillights. What do you prefer? Another thing I really wanted to get for my car was one of those OEM 2002 Momo steering wheels. The effort I had to put into finding this wheel was insane. Yeah, dude, check this out. I put a white piece of electrical tape up here. Keeps it kind of clean looking, you know. Actually, I found that the tape is more practical than not, you know. So, you know, say what you will. I don't drive a WRX, you know, whatever. You know, this is almost a 20-year-old car, you know. Miatas are naturally aspirated, so, like, shut up, you know. It's not like I have an STI wing on this thing, all right? Now that I got my taillights installed, let's see what my coworkers think.
I'm scared.
All right, so I put. What the fuck is this not working? Dude, what the hell? There we go. Yeah. All right, so these are new taillights. These are the ones that used to be on there.
Yeah.
Which one do you like more? And you know, stand back, get a good view. Which one do you like more?
I like the bulbs in that one you're holding.
This one?
But the way the other one's shaped is nicer.
All right. Well, they're the same shape, but
No, it's different. Unless you have it upside down.
these were. Yeah, these were in no, it's not upside down. This was in this spot.
Then that one.
You see, like this one more?
Yeah.
All right.
That one probably gives better.
Dylan, what's your thoughts?
Dude, the new ones are fucking terrible.
Those are terrible,
They're
dude.
terrible.
All right.
I just like the sleekness of it.
So I've asked.
That one's probably more effective.
I've asked a bunch of people.
These ones are way better. These are way better. What are you talking about? Look at them. They're just way cooler.
Look, these look smooth. Right?
Yeah, I'm smooth in like an autistic way. Those probably work better. Those look better. This is like, I get bitches. This one is like, mommy changed my diaper today.
Okay, but wait, couldn't you say that these are a little too flashy and these are...
This whole car is flashy. That's the point of the car.
I guess that's kind of true.
This beauty, not this. No, you are. It's part of it. The Mona Lisa has a piece of it that isn't done right.
All right, but let me show you what it's like when they're turned on. Here, hold the camera. Let me show you what it's like with them on.
Oh, I got a front monitor too. Oh, what happened to it? It turned off. No, it's still on.
Don't those look pretty sick though?
Oh, you can't see shit. It's just a fucking red blob. I mean, you can fix the lighting in post, but yeah, these are bad. All right, put in the other ones. Yeah. Swap out the other ones.
I'm not gonna swap it out. There's like bolts and shit holding that in.
Fuck it. Just rip it out. Let's start right now. Yeah. Next part of the video is gonna be different.
The headlights I have on now. Shit. These were the ones I had on before. Which one do you like more? As a tail light. So pretend like that's on here. That's
the ones you have on now are good. Yeah, they match the aesthetic.
Oh shit!
Yeah, told you.
You're the odd one out. You're the odd one out. You're the odd one out.
The odd one out. Cameraman's wrong.
All right, thank you for your survey.
Of course. We out here. Just found the camera. I guess I'll get you some B-roll. I don't know what the B-roll is for, but this is pretty good camera quality, so I'm kind of digging just filming with it. Oh, it's actually sick.
So my package from Dubby just arrived. Let's go check it out. Whoa, we got a Dubby cup, and we got a Dubby. We got the Dub sludge flavor, dude. I'm gonna get a field day out of trying that out. And then we got the Dragonade, and then we got the Beach and Peach flavor. We got some instructions as well. There's a free shaker. Oh shit, there's a code on there.
I'll take it.
What's up, gamers? Trying to catch that dub in your favorite video game, but you're lacking the energy? That's why you need to try Dubby. Dubby is a energy drink brand. We're gonna be trying the Peach and Beach flavor. Oh, that's actually really delicious. And that's my first time trying it. So if you want to try some, if you want to support me, go to dubby.gg and use code Garrett641, all caps, 2 R's, 2 T's. Alright. Sam bought this metal gong at Five Below. There's the Five Below. Doing a little unboxing. Now he's doing an unbagging. Oh,
Glittering
oh shit.
also?
Oh shit. Okay, you got it? Yeah. Oh man. Alright, let's hear the tones on this thing. Your thoughts as a drummer, what's your thoughts on
Well, you
that?
know, it's clearly pure,
Yeah.
pure alloy brass.
Yeah, well actually it's metal. Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Very loud.
Yeah, that sucks. Wait, this includes one metal gong, one wooden rod, and one wooden stand. Ages 5+.
Dude, you can even hang the rod from the little hook right here.
Yeah. What are you gonna do with that? You should just keep that like right in the center of your car.
It's gonna fall.
Glue it.
Glue it to the
Glue it.
Yeah. Bluey.
Wait, let me do it. There's the proper way you gotta hit a gong.
Yeah. Sam's not
You're
a
a fucking
drummer.
idiot.
What?
You gotta do it like this. That's how you really play a gong.
Because the gong.
It is when it's good. Well, you know what though?
Your phone's
Think about this. This is a authentic Chinese gong because it is made in China. What's up? It's me, Garrett641, and welcome back to Chip Time with Garrett. This is actually the first chip review, and me and Sam are gonna try it together. So. Doesn't smell at all like American Hot. Well, yeah, this is the American Hot Wings flavor. I should have mentioned that at the beginning. And we got a lightning bolt here, and it says late night. So right now, what time is it, Sam?
It's like 5:30.
It's like 5:30, so it's not late at all.
It's 5:22.
We're gonna be trying it. So here we go. Oh, and they actually are in that lightning bolt shape, or at least it's trying to be. It's not bad. Here, Sam, you try it, and then we'll discuss it because I don't know.
It smells like a chip. It smells salty.
It doesn't have a distinct smell.
Just salty and edible.
And I like it. You know what? It is exactly what it tastes like. If you mixed the dust from nacho cheese Cheetos and the taco flavored Cheetos, that's exactly what. It's not spicy at all either.
Kind of reminds me of Fritos.
Yeah, Sam, Ryan, these just taste like normal Doritos, to be honest. So anyway, that's my review of American Hot Wings Late Night Doritos. You want to try one? It just tastes like normal Doritos. All right.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell already, these aren't actually American.
Yeah, they're Japanese.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, that's it.
I'm gonna have a couple more. Actually, not bad.
So, you know. I'm just trying to get a full collection of every, I just want to catch them all. That's my goal. All right. Get rid of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the front. Oh shit, I think I fucked that up, the trick, but we got purloin. Oh yeah, I definitely did. Okay, well those are the special fucking
What kind of Chin Pokemon did you get?
Chen Pao? Never heard of that one.
No, Chin Pokemon.
Yeah, I know what you're referencing.
Oh.
I'm saying this Pokemon's named Chin Pao.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Vanilla. Everyone hates that Pokemon. I don't know why. Gligar. Free Cocoa. Hey, it's the first free Cocoa, I think. Wow, this is this is the not a good A. And then also, if you play here's the code. So I'm not gonna use it.
It's out of focus. Maybe not.
Yeah. You go. Use code Garrett641 all caps at w.gg.
Ding doink, you're my favorite coin. Want you to dink on my face, take a doink on my chest. Yeah. Ding doink, you're my favorite coin. Why don't you come on over, take pictures of my feet. Yeah.
Today's episode is a little bit of an appreciation video. I grew up watching the Angry Video Game Nerd, and as of late he's been getting a lot of hate because of the Cinemassacre Truth Reddit and numerous YouTubers making videos on James Rolfe. Basically, he's become a bit of a lol cow. Now, if you don't know who James Rolfe is or the Angry Video Game Nerd, let me clue you in. The Angry Video Game Nerd is a character started on the Cinemassacre website / YouTube channel by a man named James Rolfe. James Rolfe is a young wannabe filmmaker who, with the help of a college buddy, started making very inappropriate and humorous video game review videos.
It's a bunch of putrid anal shit coming out of a rhinoceros asshole.
I'd rather fuck a porcupine and shove a cactus up my ass.
The Angry Video Game Nerd at the time was really revolutionary. There's nothing really like that on the internet. Now, if you can't tell, because clearly the costume is not that good, I am kind of dressing up like the Angry Video Game Nerd. I'm wearing a white button-up. I don't have any plain white button-ups, and I'm wearing a hat. Okay, my hair's not good today. I'm wearing a hat. So yeah, let's get started. This is a Heineken, not a Rolling Rock. I couldn't find a Rolling Rock anywhere. I'm not sure if they still make Rolling Rock. But I assume they taste the same because they're both in a green bottle. So, the Angry Video Game Nerd, as you may know, is a character created by James Rolfe to basically review games that he grew up with. And as of late, he's been doing videos about games he has never played or has only played for the sake of reviewing for a video. Basically, these screen wave guys, or as the Cinemassacre Truth subreddit people call them, the slobs.
It's a load of ass. Load of shit. You can go dump your ass in the time it takes.
Basically, the screenwave people are a little bit more in control of what James Rolfe puts out. The quality of the videos has been declining, and I am not disagreeing with that, despite the fact that me personally, I can watch some of them without, giving up and clicking off. I'm not here to basically go against the Cinemassacre Truthers or people of the asshole-ish variety. I'm basically here to just appreciate the quality of the original Angry Video Game Nerd videos. As someone who grew up watching the Angry Video Game Nerd, it kind of upsets me whenever you're looking up the Angry Video Game Nerd nowadays. It seems that most of the modern videos about AVGN happen to be hate videos. And it's like, you can comment on whatever you want. If it's crap, it's crap. I'm not here to silence that because that would be hypocritical. The Angry Video Game Nerd reviews crappy games. People can review crappy videos. That is not my problem. I have no problem with anyone. I'm just here to basically appreciate how things used to be. And also, I have no problems with James Rolfe either. I think that whatever he's doing now, if he's having a good time, that's all that matters. So basically, if I could sum up what the average AVGN video would be, it's this video about a nerd who drinks beer and plays shitty old Nintendo games and cusses and says words that are naughty.
Wow, what an asshole.
The Angry Video Game Nerd is a show about taking the piss on video games. No pun intended. But when he starts doing videos where Matt Matei is dressed as Bugs Bunny or whatever, that's when the Angry Video Game Nerd really shines.
I'd rather put my balls in a crocodile's mouth while shoving my head up a unicorn's asshole!
There's so much creativity and work that goes into being funny in those original videos that really pays off, especially at the time when there was nothing really like that on YouTube.
Oh yes, this is it. Minecraft time.
No, Inspector Gadget. It's called Minecraft.
I understand why all the kids are playing this game these days. It's because they like to build brown bricks with Minecraft.
Another thing I'd like to mention is that Matt Matei is not in any of the modern videos. A lot of people don't like Matt Matei, but me personally, I liked watching James and Mike Mondays. Did I say Matt Matei? I meant Mike Matei. If I said whenever Mike Matei was on the Angry Video Game Nerd, and I also loved Motherfucker Mike from Board James, which, to be honest, dude, the Board James series is better than the Angry Video Game Nerd, in my opinion. Just, okay, some of them, not all of them. He needs to bring back Board James. So, the original Angry Video Game Nerd videos were basically James and Mike collaborating and making a video where some guy just screams at his TV about some crappy game that nobody played except for him when he was a kid. Now the thing I really like about those old videos is the fact that it's more than just a guy raging at a video game. There were some times where it was insightful comments, and he would use very descriptive terms to understand what it was like to play the game. You actually kind of felt what it was like to play a game by describing how it felt to him. Another thing I really like about those original videos were the skits.
This game better stop sucking ass or else I'm gonna have to give it the finger. Think you better shut your ass.
He still does skits. Back then, there was some sort of quality to them, some sort of amateur filmmaker-ness to them. The modern ones are green screened and poorly edited and rushed, whereas I feel like the older AVGN skits were hilarious. There was something about it that just worked. Now, personally, I didn't really like it when he was breaking video games or destroying games.
Shit. Come on, move your ass!
Shove it up your ass, you motherfucking cocksucker!
In modern times, Angry Video Game Nerd is still going on and is still making videos with skits and everything else, but it's missing that magic ingredient. You know what that magic ingredient is? Motherfucker Mike. Mike Matei adds more than you'd think. I'm sure that back in the day, when they were making those original AVGN episodes, that he was in the room with James, maybe writing a few jokes. You know, he was definitely doing the gameplay. I'm sure there was a big portion of those original AVGN episodes that had jokes made by Mike Matei. Whereas nowadays, the newer AVGN episodes are lacking pizzazz, I guess. He's getting a little old for the character, and sometimes things that are good should end. Do I think that AVGN should end necessarily? No, not really. If he wants to keep making AVGN episodes, he should. Well, let me throw in my my Evangelion tape real quick. But anyway, my point is if James wants to end the Angry Video Game Nerd, he should. And I think that it's time to hang up the glass. But whatever he wants to do, I think he should stick with. That being said, there has been a decline in quality, and if you want to continue making Angry Video Game Nerd, here's some things that you should do or bring back. One, stop making excuses on playing modern games. You're usually like, I've never played an Xbox game before. I don't know what an iPhone is. I don't like that. If you're a nerd, you should know what things are. It makes you the Angry Video Game Caveman instead of the Angry Video Game Nerd. So drop that. 2, bring back the original intro, you know, the guitar. Maybe remake it. I'm sick of the not there intros that he's been doing recently. You can have a different guitarist do it. You can make a new intro as long as it's more musical. And I know that when you want a really quick intro so you can keep people's attention. Another thing you should do, get rid of the sponsorships at the beginning of the episodes. Move that to the end because it brings you out of the character. The thing that's so cool about the Angry Video Game Nerd is that he's a character. If you start off with James Rolfe talking about a NordVPN sponsorship, I have no interest. I'm already taken out of it. Imagine if at the beginning of a movie you watch, the actor goes on camera and is like, you're about to watch my movie, but before you watch my movie, buy Dink Doink. Another thing that the Angry Video Game Nerd should do, or I guess another thing that James Rolfe should do, is bring back Mike Matei. And I know everyone's been saying that, and Mike might not even want to come back, but maybe bring back Bootsy or one of the old heads. Now, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. There might have been a big falling out between all of them, which is okay. Out of all the recent Angry Video Game Nerd episodes, the ones I've enjoyed the most have been games that I've heard of, like Earthbound or Majora's Mask. I think that a good way to, freshen up the Angry Video Game Nerd format is to just stop playing crappy games that no one's ever heard of and start playing more iconic games that might be difficult or infamous. Another thing that I think he needs to do is to just stop worrying about being demonetized. One of the things that was so iconic and great about the original Angry Video Game Nerd is that the AVGN episodes were just full of swear words and profanity and disgusting language.
I'm gonna shove these fucking games up your ass!
He needs to bring back more costume characters that do disgusting gags, and I know it's always such a big hassle to clean up all the things that he'd be doing in these videos, but he needs to freshen it up a little bit. Another thing is he needs to address all the elephants in the room. People have been commenting about his hairline, people have been commenting about the kids stuff, the fact that he has kids. I guess people hate the fact that he has kids, which is, okay, well, there's reasons behind it, but I'm not going to go into it. A good way to do it is to be like, oh, this game is so bad, my hair is going away. Yeah. He says yeah a lot in his videos. He was just like, yeah, that's ass. And he should never do a video about a mobile game ever again. He did a video on this like mobile dating sim game about like centaur guys, weird horse people, and that video sucks. It's like really bad, and because he's using his phone as a camera, you can really see his receding hairline. Another thing he needs to stop doing is the over-the-top fake laughing. I understand that it's really hard to pretend to be angry on camera, especially in a convincing way. He's not good at fake laughing, and I think it might be easier if he has more of a monotone, pissed off kind of vibe. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I will read and respond to all of them. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, please subscribe. I do gaming content, kinda. I'm gonna start leaning into more movie reviews and stuff like that in the future. I also stream. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like my content, please subscribe. Turn on that bell notification. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you did not like it. And I will see you all in my next video. I don't know when that'll be. He's gonna take you back to the past to show you shitty games that suck guys. He'd rather have a buffalo. They get tired of thumping his ear. He'd rather be the rotten asshole or a kiss skunk and down it with beer. He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. He's the angry Atari Sega nerd. He's the angry video game nerd. What is up, YouTube? I just watched the 1994 film The Crow. I did a really fucking shit job on this, by the way. And that's because I don't do makeup. Also, like, yeah, you know, just don't worry about it. Okay? I did it just for that bit. I'm just gonna roll with it because it's funny that it looks this bad. But the movie is great, so don't let that discriminate your thoughts on viewing the movie. 1994's The Crow, starring the great late Brandon Lee, son of Bruce Lee, is a movie about a man and his wife being murdered. Then out of some unspoken divine power, the main character, Eric Draven, comes back to life to avenge his late wife, who was also murdered. God, I'm trying to narrate. See, I don't script these videos often, so that was pretty bad. Eric Draven is in a gothic punk band, so the makeup he chooses to put on kind of simulates that. Not really a crazy clown movie. I don't like the notion of that. I think it's more of like a tortured spirit vibe. If you think of it like a clown, I don't have a problem with it. They even say, "What are you, some kind of clown?" in the movie. But I don't really view it like that. There's a theater mask that he bases the makeup on. The Crow is like the perfect embodiment of like a 90s kick-ass movie, but it also has like a very deep side to it that I wasn't expecting to see. The only reason why I honestly started watching this is I saw the trailer for the new Crow movie, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch. I noticed that there's a 1994 Crow. I'm gonna watch that, and then I read a few reviews on the new 2024 Crow, and I'm not gonna see any of the other ones. Apparently, they're all garbage, and this is the only good one. And I'll go into why it's so good in a little bit. Throughout the movie, you learn, as the main character Eric Draven does, about the horrors that him and his wife dealt with before their untimely demise. And he's trying to get back at the gang that basically destroyed his life. Eric Draven and his wife were taking care of this young girl before their death, and, you know, she was kind of a loner because her mom is like a drug addict. When Eric Draven's brought back to life, she finds him, and, you know, he saves her from, you know, getting hit by a car. Basically, you find out, no, Eric Draven isn't just killing all these criminals just because they killed his wife, but more for the fact that he's a good-hearted person. And it just happens that he's kind of, you know, musician, kind of like me. So in a way of that, I related. You know, just because you look scary doesn't mean you are scary. He's a sweetheart on the inside. And through this resurrection, where he finds out that he has all this power, he's really strong, acrobatic, and he's invulnerable. You know, they shoot him like a bunch in this movie, and he just heals. Eventually, he runs into a police officer that was actually there when his murder happened, and they end up working together to get all these underground crime lords dead. Eric Draven just wants to kill them, which I'm cool with, because it's like, you know, he got killed. So, I mean, one of the beautiful things about this film as well is the very amazing ambient gothic cinematography. It's well colored, well lit, and it just looks beautiful. You can screenshot pretty much any timestamp in this movie, and it is a good wallpaper for your desktop, because it's just beautiful. Not only that, but it has a beautiful soundtrack that matches the atmosphere of the movie perfectly. So from what you've been hearing from me, it sounds like it's a pretty good movie. Now, this movie really touches your heart. What touches your heart even more will probably be the story behind the movie. Brandon Lee, the son of Bruce Lee, got shot and killed during this movie because of an accident in the movie. It just happens that this movie is kind of deep in a way where it's about a character that already got shot and killed, coming back to life to do good in the world, to kind of be a hero, you know. So it is very poetic, and it is also very unfortunate that Brandon Lee got killed, but it is very poetic. What makes things crazier is the story behind the comics that the movie is based on, The Crow. James O'Barr wrote the Crow comics, and the story behind him and his art is just as crazy. At a very young age, as a baby, he was taken away from his mom because she was an alcoholic, and Child Protective Services got him. He spent most of his childhood dealing with foster care, and it ended up making him a loner, up until he found his sweetheart, who he ended up marrying. Later down the line, she got hit and killed by a drunk driver. he blamed himself for the death of his wife. After the death of his wife, James O'Barr joined the U.S. military, and they commissioned him to draw over the bodies of dead soldiers to make instruction manuals for the military. After this, he started writing The Crow. He would try to do art for as many comic book companies as possible, except for superhero comics, because he just happened to not like superhero comics. He was always more entangled with the dark and gloom of horror stories. Eventually, The Crow started being pressed and released as a comic, and it was flying off the shelves. He was finally successful doing something he loved, which was art. And the whole story of The Crow is basically a revenge story against himself for what he feels he was responsible for the death of his wife. Eventually, at one point, before he started writing The Crow, he tried to hunt down the drunk driver who ended up killing his wife, but he was already dead too. So that pretty much led to him writing The Crow. The Crow comics got so popular that the movie ended up getting made. And because of the death of Brandon Lee, he felt responsible as well. Years later, he ended up forgiving himself by visiting Brandon Lee's grave, but it really tells you something about art when there's a story behind it. I thoroughly encourage you to watch the movie The Crow. Don't watch the 2024 one. It looks like the Suicide Squad version of it. Like, it looks like crap, but in my opinion, the aesthetic of the original Crow movie is so good. Anyway, sorry if that was deep. This is just a little quick review. So yeah, go check out my other videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Subscribe, like if you liked the video, dislike it if you disliked the video, and have a good night. The Zelda movie is being made. It's gonna be live action. That kind of blows. There's so many like good examples I've seen online of animated Zelda movie working. Studio Ghibli would make a perfect animated Zelda movie, and that's been said 100 times. But guess what? The Zelda movie's being made. It's being made live action, and there's nothing we could do about it. So in this video, I'm going to tell you what I do not want in the live action Zelda movie if and when they make it. One, I do not want Tom Holland, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, Zendaya, Chris Pratt. I don't want any like big celebrities in it. I think that would like take away from the feeling of the movie, I guess I should say. It would take away from the feeling of the movie. There's a lot of times where, especially now in recent time, you watch a movie and you're just seeing an actor play themselves. Almost every Ryan Reynolds movie, it's Ryan Reynolds playing Ryan Reynolds. Every Rock movie, he's playing The Rock. Now, who do I think should be Zelda or Link? I don't even know. But I don't want Anya Taylor-Joy. I don't want any of these big actors that are popular right now. I don't want really anyone I know. I want completely no-name actors. I want no one to be recognizable, because this needs to be like unique to itself, you know? I feel like if it's another Ryan Reynolds movie, it's gonna be like, oh, it's another Ryan Reynolds movie. He's in a lot of things recently. He's in too much things right now. I don't hate Ryan Reynolds, but I am getting a little sick of his character, if that makes sense. Another thing I don't want is too much CG. Look at the set of any Marvel movie made recently. It's all green screen CGI, and I know they're gonna have to do CGI, because I mean, look at these creatures. Do you really think that they're gonna have people in suits? No. But hear me out. Ever watched The Neverending Story? Ever watched Labyrinth? Ever watched any fantasy movie from the 80s, 90s, even before, like in the 70s. The puppets. They need to do puppets. Have puppets, dude. That would be so sick, dude. Practical puppets. I feel like it looks better than CGI half the time. Or at least to me, it's more feasible. It's more, because it's like something you can touch. It's something that is made by someone. And I know it costs more to make physical props like that, but come on, it's Zelda. It's an 80s fantasy series. You know, and I know like Lord of the Rings is known for having great CG, and they can go that route if they want. But wouldn't it be awesome if they filmed it on like old cameras and they gave it that like old vibe, and they give it like, everything's dusty, and there's smoke and steam everywhere, and there's like little critters, and the little critters are puppets. Wouldn't that be great? What else? Adaptation. Are they gonna adapt a Zelda game, or are they going to make a new story? Likely they're gonna make a new story. I can't imagine them adapting one of the games. If they did adapt a game, it hands down either has to be Twilight Princess or Ocarina of Time. Twilight Princess I feel like would be harder to do. It's just like a lot of hoops to jump through to make a movie. Turning into a wolf, I feel like that would confuse an audience. Ocarina of Time, I think, is like the perfect Zelda game to adapt. The more I play it, because I've played it a bunch now, and I'm realizing that, okay, this thing deserves all of the credit it gets, because it is just a fantastic video game. So, if they were to adapt a game, it better be frickin' Ocarina of Time. I know Wind Waker's my favorite. I know, like, Majora's Mask would be a great movie too. Maybe that'd be a good sequel. There you go. You already got a whole franchise to pull from. You know, the Mario movie was its own story, and that movie was great. I liked everything about that movie except Chris Pratt's voice. A good question too is, do they cast an adult Link, or do they cast a child Link? I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. One thing for sure, I guess I do care about, is what outfit Link wears. If he is not wearing a green tunic with that goofy frickin' elf hat, you have to have that. That's the thing I don't like about Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. More Tears of the Kingdom, to be fair. I don't like that game very much at all. But Breath of the Wild, I was doing something new, and that's okay, so I'll give it the pass on that. But you gotta bring the green tunic back, man. I'm missing that shit. It's not that goofy, bro. No one was like, oh, bro, what is he wearing? When Twilight Princess came out, he looks badass. So my package from Dubby just arrived. Let's go check it out. Whoa, we got a Dubby cup, and we got a Dubby, we got the Dub sludge flavor. Dude, I'm gonna get a field day out of trying that out. And then we got the Dragonade, and then we got the Beach and Peach flavor. We got some instructions as well. There's a free shaker. Oh shit, there's a code on there.
I'll take it.
What's up, gamers? Trying to catch that dub in your favorite video game, but you're lacking the energy? That's why you need to try Dubby. Dubby is a energy drink brand. We're gonna be trying the Peach and Beach flavor. Oh, that's actually really delicious. And that's my first time trying it. So if you want to try some, if you want to support me, go to dubby.gg and use code Garrett641, all caps, 2 R's, 2 T's. And if you want to see more from me, please subscribe, hit that bell, hit the thumbs up. Buy Dubby. Use code Garrett641 at dubby.gg. And also, if you want to talk to me, join my community, maybe if you're another YouTuber wanting to collab, my Discord will be right here. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Ding doink, you're my favorite coin. Want you to dink on my face, take a doink on my chest. Yeah, yeah. Ding doink, you're my favorite coin. Why don't you come on over, take pictures of my feet. Yeah, yeah.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to my new show. This is... Okay, well... Okay. What's up? Welcome to my new show. I call it, Finding Stuff with Garrett. So I'm gonna be finding stuff at Goodwill and Dollar Tree and other thrift stores nearby. I'll be visiting thrift stores all around the world. So see you guys. My first find is the movie 7, but I've never seen a version like this where it says September on the side. I've never seen that. I don't know if that's like a special version or if that's like the original title for the movie. Not sure, but I thought it was interesting. The next find I got, which I actually bought, is a digital to analog converter. I'm a musician, I do a lot of analog stuff, so I just decided to pick this up, save me some money in the future. I might need it, who knows. And then right under this cat kennel, which I have, I've had this as this exact one as my cat kennel for years. Right above it is a tie-dye Crobsley Cruiser, the worst record player to man. Two things I hate, tie-dye and Crossley Cruisers. Alright, that was it with my local Goodwill. Now I'll be heading over to my local Dollar Tree. We're looking at the toy section here. We see some My Little Pony shit. It seems like nothing's selling anymore. Look, there's like official Hot Wheels. This is crazy. But yeah, for the most part, it's still the unbranded, no-name garbage that you find at dollar stores. Doesn't really seem like there's anything worth buying. I didn't see this modeling clay, which, you know, I do play with clay, so I thought maybe, but I was like, eh. But I did see this Oreo flavored coffee, so I decided to buy it and give it a try. Also saw this at-home marijuana drug test. I also bought these Kurt Cobain sunglasses. And then at this dollar store they have my favorite mug in the world. Alright, so that was it with Goodwill and the Dollar Tree. Now I'm off to find the two local thrift stores that aren't owned by any chain. They're both like really weird, so hopefully they're still open. Shit, this records. This is perfect! Alright. So this is gonna be my review of, this is Coffee Time with Garrett. This is Oreo International Delight iced coffee made with real milk and cream. I don't like it. Am I gonna keep drinking it? Yeah. Do I like it? Not really. No. Here's my my clout goggles. All right, off to the next store. This will be a time lapse, I guess.
Alright, we have arrived.
Here we are at the Veterans Thrift Store. This is the little toy shelves area that's just completely unorganized. It's this weird little creepy elf thing. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's trash. And then over here is the walkers and canes and crutches area. Like a shit ton of crutches here. I don't know, man. Someone's like breaking someone's legs and selling them here or something. I don't know. And then this next thing is the coolest mug I have found in this store. I'm gonna be doing that for every thrift store I can. Here is the VHS collection that they have. The only interesting movie I found was Babysitter's Club. No clue what that is. Looks like crap. Did find this cool Disney Toontown CD. It's super 90s looking. Unfortunately, there was no disc in it. Another interesting find I found was a digital photo key holder, keychain thing. Ooh, a knockoff GoPro. Very interesting. And here is their video game selection, just mainly Kinect Adventures. Alright, so I did not find anything there. Anyway, I did not find anything good at the Veterans Thrift Store, which sucks, because usually I find like the best stuff ever there. Like I find like GameCube controllers. I found my Xbox Duke controller there. I found like my favorite jackets there. Sucks, dude. And I'm not really looking for clothes that much right now, so shut up. Alright. This store is my favorite thrift store. Unfortunately, every time I try to go in, they are closing. But it is called Empire Thrift Store. They always just have weird knickknacks, pallywhacks, give a dog a bone. They have weird stuff. You see me, I'm just kind of sprinting through the store because they're close to closing. Look at this thing, it's a generator. Or look at this. It's the CD version of my VHS TV. I was thinking of buying it. I'm not sure if I need 2 CRTs. Ooh, look, an Emerson. Anyway, here's a little bin of VHSs. None of them really caught my eye. They got comic books here. Look at this skateboard. I don't trust it. It's sketchy. They got these weird headlights, some covers, hubcaps. Look, a whole entire BMW M3 trunk. Can you believe that? That's cool. Tires, wheels, keg, another skateboard. Taking a look at it. Nothing cool about it. Ooh, look, a Mario block. What's inside? $5? Oh shit, let me see. And it's just Lego Friends. Not even boy Legos. God. Here's why I love this store. It's all the cables and stuff. Like, oh look, an original PlayStation controller. For $8 though? No. A weird original Xbox controller, maybe official, maybe unofficial, not sure. Interesting though. God, dude, that place is the best because it's just full of so much random shit. But every time I'm going there, they're closing, which sucks. I'm gonna hit the mall real quick, see if the comic book shop is still open. I haven't been to the mall in like months because they closed shit. They closed the Walmart. There's like nothing good there anymore. Alright, dude, that was fucking pimpin'. That's what I see. Alright, we're at my dead mall. This place sucks ass. It's where all hope goes to die. Alright, so you know what is cool though? They added a gachapon machine to my mall. Not enough to save it, but it's cool. There's a Gundam one. I was thinking of buying a Gundam, but my card didn't work at the card reader. There's Daniela, the hologram jewelry salesman. But as you can see, there's barely anyone in this mall. Yeah, it kind of sucks. This next store is the saving grace of the mall. It is Stacked Packs, aka the Pokemon card store. They sell a shit ton of retro video games, Pokemon cards. It was a bit crowded because there was a tournament of some kind going on. I didn't want to hinder it. Alright, so while I was filming B-roll for that Pokemon card shop, one of those annoying like shoe cleaner guys started like talking to me. So I took my shitty New Balances that I got off of Goodwill. I took them off my feet. I poured my disgusting Oreo coffee into it and then put them back on because I'm like a gangster like that. I don't give a fuck about my shoes, just stop bothering me. And it worked. So yeah, it's pretty badass. I'm like proud of myself for that. Like, just be unhinged, you know? Like, just be a menace to society. Closed store. Closed store. Closed store. There's another closed store. And we're coming up on another closed store. And then if we walk one more down, there's another closed store. And there's another closed store. And there's another closed store right next to it. And then there's another closed store even further down. Alright, so I just left the comics and stuff at my mall. And the lady that works there is very nice. She's a bit of a yapper, but I appreciate it. You know, it's always good to have someone else to nerd out with. But yeah, I'll show you what I got when I get into my car. Alright, so put the camera here. Alright, so I was trying to find the Crow comics, the ones that inspired the 1994 movie that I reviewed, video up here or whatever. Couldn't find the original, but I did find this graphic, bigger comic of The Crow Dead Time, and apparently this one is a James O'Barr, which he's the original comic writer. This is not James O'Barr, but I thought I'd give it a try. This is just The Crow, number 5 apparently, so that sucks. Usually I like first issues, but they didn't have any first issues. I have an issue with not getting first issues, so that's the deal with that. Also wanted to mention, if you like this series, I'm going to be doing a different version of it. I'm going to be doing a different version of this series, but instead of just buying shit at like thrift stores and record stores and comic shops, like that's going to be this series. It's going to be me going around and buying things that I like, that I want, that I need, stuff that like I collect things. So it's like more like a collection series, I guess. But I'm going to be doing another series where I just review grocery stores. Now, I don't know if you know me that well. I work at a grocery store. And I hate it, but I like it. I'm like in a weird little spot with it. So basically, I'm gonna be going into grocery stores. And I'm gonna be like, okay, they have better bags. Oh man, the lighting is better in here. Oh man, the shelves are more organized. It's gonna be like that, but it's gonna be better. It's gonna be good. I'm also I'm working on putting together a podcast. And I don't know if this will be out before or after my Interlinked podcast episode with your boy Tafreshi. Yeah, I want to make my own podcast. But it's going to be like, maybe like once every few months. Because there's not a lot of people who do YouTube around me or do any sort of media around me, like other than music. And there's a lot of people don't want to be on a podcast. But I want to make like a podcast, call it like the In the Park podcast or some shit like that. And I'm in a park. The podcast is done in a park, in a public fucking park. I just bring my MacBook and my mics, and we just do the podcast. And I might even talk about some of the park stats in the intro. I'll be like, this park has 7 trees. This park has a playground, 2 swing sets. Welcome to the podcast, so and so. And then we just talk like normal. It doesn't have to be about the park, you know. But yeah, you know, I'll give some park facts. You know, if I find any interesting park facts. I might do history videos. I like history. I might do internet history videos. I want to do internet history videos too. It doesn't have to be like world history. I mean, like it could be like internet history. I think that'd be interesting. I mean, there's a lot of people on YouTube doing that, obviously. I might not want to talk about Chris Chan though, even though I know a lot about Chris Chan. I watched the Dino Samuel documentary during COVID. And then I just went into a whole rabbit hole with that. But, yeah. Also, later, in the mall, the guy was like, why the fuck did you pour a drink into your shoe? And I'm like, never, what did I say? I said, can't let them know your next move. That's what I said. I just walked away. It's El Cajon, full of crazies. You should be used to it by now. Blew that guy's mind, bro. It's like, what the fuck? You gotta be unhinged, man. That's how you get what you want, you know? Don't let society dictate how you have fun or how you live your life. So yeah. This segment might be too long. I might have to cut it down a lot. We'll see. I might be giving away too much too, so you know. Also, join my Discord. I'll leave the link in the comments section. It's not a permalink. Apparently, I fucked up, and it's not a permalink.
You're my favorite coin. Want you to dink on my face. Take a doink on my chest. Yeah, yeah. Ding doink, you're my favorite coin.